What's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make this super simple wooden survival house with a modern design. In Minecraft, when it comes to the inside of the build, we have enough room to have a huge crafting area and a bedroom / enchanting area. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please do consider subscribing to the channel if you're new around here and clicking that little bell next to the subscription button. That'll ensure that you get all my videos sent directly to your sub box. But without any further ado, let's get started. Now, just before we begin building, everybody, here are all of the materials that we are going to be using throughout the build. Please do make sure that you have access to all of those materials and enough of them as well. The amount of space required to make the house is a 14 by 13 block area, which you can see on the ground. It is represented by the white rectangle. So feel free to make this in your world if you feel as though it will help you out. And that's it. Make sure that you got all that stuff. Make sure you got enough room to make it. Make sure that you have found a nice pleasant area to make it as well. And once you're ready, we can begin. Step 1, my wooden house building friends. Come all the way over to the front right hand corner of your grid, if you've made it. Count backwards 1, 2, 3, and then to the left by 1. And this is where we're going to kick things off. Start off by placing 3 birch planks on top of each other. 1, 2, 3. Extend the third plank to the left by 3. 1, 2, 3. And then extend that plank both up 1 and also down to the ground as well. I then want you to take the plank that hit the ground and I want you to extend it left 1 towards you and then up 2, 1, 2. Left 2, 1, 2. Touch the ground with the plank. Take the plank that hit the ground and extend it left 1, forwards 1. Place 3 upside down birchwood stairs left of that plank. 1, 2, 3. Place a birchwood plank on the end. Extend up by 2. 1, 2. Go right by 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then go upwards by 2, 1, 2, like that. Now, what's important is we now want to extend that second block backwards. We actually want to extend it backwards by 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you can extend that 10th block all the way down to the ground as well. And we want to do a couple of things here. So number 1, we can take that 10th block and we can extend it to the right by 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we can extend forwards and this will connect to the front left hand side of the build. But in addition to this, we want to take that block that hit the ground. I didn't tell you guys that we had to do a couple of things here. You want to take this block that hit the ground and you want to extend it inwards 1. And then left by 3. 1, 2, 3. And you can add on top of each one of these 3 blocks, you can add 2 rows. So that'll be 1 row and then 2 rows like this. You then want to take the bottom of the end of this row and you want to extend it in 1. And then go left by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what you can then do is you can join this 4th block all the way back to the start. So what we will have, ladies and gentlemen, this is a really weird shape, right? This is an incredibly strange shape. I cannot wait to show you how this is all going to easily be pulled together into a house. So let's start on the right side, yeah? And we'll work our way over. So on this right side, we are going to make this wall here on the right as high as the wall on the front. So simply add 2 rows of birchwood planks here, just directly on top of these rows. On the back of the build, we want to have 2 glass panes on top of these 2 middle birch plank blocks. So place a glass pane each. What that will then allow you to do is extend some birchwood planks up and around the side of the glass, and you'll notice that on the front of the build we have this sticky up birch plank here. Well, you can actually extend that plank across from the front to the back. In addition to this, On the right side of the build here, or the left side of the build as you look at it from the front, ladies and gentlemen, we want to place a single glass right here in the middle of this birch plank row. You can then extend 2 rows of birch planks from the front of the build all the way to the back of the build. This is up the side of the wall like this, right? And then we want to create the same shape that we have on the front, so you can just extend that birch wood plank across like this to connect to that wall. And then we can flip over to the front of the build. And on the front of the build, we've got something a tad bit different just on the front here. So on the front, we've got a triple window. There's going to be glass pane on top of all of those 3 upside down birchwood stairs. You can fill the little right side in here using some birchwood planks. And we also have a window on the front of the build here as well that we're missing. Place 2 upside down birchwood stairs here, and then place glass pane in the middle. So now you can see how that has all been pulled together a lot better, hasn't it? Doesn't that look a little bit better? I certainly think it does. So the entrance of the house, as you might have noticed at the start of the video, is actually going to be here. So I'm going to destroy this block and place a dark oak plank there instead. Dark oak wood door in that place. And now we have 3 separate kinds of roofs to make, ladies and gentlemen. I want to start off with, let's start off with the middle roof, okay? So what we're going to do here is we are going to, starting from the upper right hand side of this door space, we're going to place a dark oak wood slab, like this, extend it towards us, and then we're going to extend it up, or in rather, in, up, and then we also want to take the bottom of this block and we want to go like left and down. So that is the sort of shape that we want to make. It's most of the way to the frame of a roof. We're going to take the middle block back. It is a dark oak plank, and we're going to extend it all the way over to the back. It's going to hang over the back of the build, and we're going to create the same shape on the back that we did the front. So we'll use slabs, and we'll extend this block like outwards at the bottom. Down on this right side, it can't really go any further, and on this left side we'll extend it down, outwards, and then back to the build. So you can see exactly how that roof was put together, just like this. And we'll be using a very similar method to complete the entire roof. So there we go, that's quite a nice looking middle part of the roof. On the right side of the build, we're going to have a row of dark oak wood slabs that sits just on the right side of the build. We're going to extend the dark oak wood slab so it overhangs the front of the build by 1. And then we'll take that slab and extend it in, up, in, up, in, up, in, up, in. Eventually, it will overhang the birch wood plank that is down below it, and it will kind of overhang into the middle part of the roof like that, right? You'll notice that we can place a birchwood plank here and a birchwood plank here, and what we will then be able to do is take all of these dark oak wood slabs and we'll be able to do the same thing on the back, and we will be able to connect the front and the back together. So you want to have something which will look like this, and we can then take every other slab block, and we can, because as we build the sides of the roof, we'll create planks in amongst the slabs. You can extend the planks backwards using planks, and you can extend these slabs backwards using slabs. So that creates a very nice roof. So that's what we have on this side of the build. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, it's really, really quick and easy to put together. And on this side of the build, we want to do the same thing. We start off in the same way. We place dark oak wood slabs sitting across the top of the side of the left side of the house, and we'll extend these slabs forward so it's overhanging the front of the build, and we will extend these slabs inwards and upwards eventually until the slabs overhang into the middle of the build like this, right? So exact same way that it did there. And what you'll notice is we just have to add 3 birchwood planks, 1, 2, actually it's only 2 birchwood planks on the front, 2 birchwood planks on the back, and then we can simply create the frame of the roof. You can extend the ends backwards, and you can begin to extend it like down, and you can do the exact same pattern that we did on the front right, like that, and then you can just fill the middle of it in. So it's quite obvious where the plank blocks are, because as you take a look at the side, like that's clearly slab, 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 and we've only got 2 rows of planks. I just say this because it's quite easy just to use slabs if you want to, you know, it's easy to get in that rut, but it's actually faster to use the planks as well in combination. So there we go, we've almost completed this. All we have to do, if we dip inside just one moment, we need to make sure that we don't have any gaps in the house. Now, I know exactly where one is. It's up here. It's easy to miss. We can place a row of birch wood planks right here inside the house, and you'll see that we actually have a decent living area. Now, at the end of the build, I will show you the original version of the house, and you'll be able to take a quick look at the inside, and you might be able to get some ideas of how you can divide it up and how you can separate it into rooms. But for now that we've completed the entire structure of the house like this, right, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to do is quickly clear up all of this concrete, and there we are. If you want to put some finishing touches on the outside of the build, grab yourself a shovel, poppies, or any kind of flower really, and any kind of leaves. So first of all, I'm going to place a little bit of grass path just outside of the door. I'm going to place probably like a row of 3 just in front here, and then maybe like a row of 5 in front of it. So kind of like a little pyramid sort of shape really. I'm going to place some flowers underneath the right window here, and I'm going to place some flowers underneath this left window. And I'm going to use some oak leaves, and I'm just going to wrap oak leaves all the way around the outside of the house. And the house doesn't really need too much more than that, I think, ladies and gentlemen. It's quite a nice shape. I think it stands all by itself. I think that with that nice little bit of nature decoration on the outside, you've got a really good starter, modern, sort of themed wooden house, really. I hope that you guys have enjoyed it. Now let's just head on into the inside of the build so you can maybe get a little bit of inspiration. I have decorated my house to have a bit of a messy, survival themed interior. And we only have 2 rooms as well. We have the right side of the house, which is where the entrance is, where we have a bit of a brewing area and we have several crafting related benches and tables, plenty of storage strewn about the place, more crafting benches, more smelting, more cooking, more melting, all sorts of stuff like that on this right side of the build. And on the left side of the build, we have kind of like a little enchanting station with more storage, and we of course have a bed as well to sleep in. I do hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please do remember to subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and click that little bell next to the subscription button. That'll ensure that you get all my videos sent directly to your sub box. If you're looking for more things to build, I have been working on some more survival related tutorials recently. If you don't enjoy those, then I am also creating a lot of city builds and a lot of modern builds as well. So you can check all of those out in the card system, the description below, and the top of the comment section if you are looking for more things to build. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I appreciate all of you very, very much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye!